I got a hand up, and I think we're gonna start the clock with the smoke timer if we got any debates or whatever. So, Sister Betty, you have the floor. Go ahead.
But wait, I got a question first, Brother Sanchez.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
But don't time me yet.
You
I
good?
didn't.
No
Okay.
clock on.
I okay. I'm just feeling something like wait. I'm feeling like I'm like whoa. I was kind of thinking you was talking about
You
me
broke
when you
out,
were
Chief.
saying agent and work for the government and public papers and huh?
You thought. Do you work for the government?
Yeah, I have
I
for
didn't know that.
35 years.
I didn't know that. You know what? Take as much
Every
time. Listen, do me a favor, Sister Betty, so we can put everything on the table and we'll get all the agent talk handled right here and right now. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna smoke and I'm gonna listen. Take your time. Tell the people exactly what you do for the government and all that so we can clear. So if they was suspicious thinking that that was for you, you can go and tell them exactly what you do for the government and why it wouldn't be an agenda against the truth that we speak here.
Oh, okay. So yes, I work for the government and I'm that bitch in the chat room that got a motherfucking wrench and I will fuck anybody up that try to take it. So let me go here. And I was hoping that he wasn't referring to me. Yes, I work for the government. I've been with them motherfuckers for 36 years now. And I'm going to retire from that bitch in 7 years. I work indirectly for the governor. I'm his executive assistant. And what we do, we shut down buildings and companies and houses when they're not up to code. All right? That's what we do. When you see my boss coming, that's the motherfucker you don't want to see because the only time he come his ass out that office if he's coming to shut your shit down. Along with the fire marshal, they going to demolish that bitch. And I'm the little motherfucker that sit behind the desk saying, yep, you out of there. Now, the reason why I'm the governor's executive assistant, because if my boss do some shady shit and he get fired, a beautiful sister like me can hold the fort until he appoint another state building inspector in his place. I can still keep the department going, keeping things functioning.
Now, let me
So,
ask you a quick question. Just to put this off the table, because this part of government seemed like the part that would probably audit certain things spoken online as well and audit certain activists to see if they need to be shut down as well or if they're saying anything that can probably, or would that be something else? I'm getting it
what do you mean like shut down? I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, it seemed you say you work with the governor to make sure that certain businesses, companies, and all this is in compliance and all that.
Right, their building structure.
Okay.
Say like they have a bad wiring for electrical wiring. We deal with all the codes on the federal level. You got the local level and then you have the federal level. You got the local state level and then you have the federal level. So if a building is wired bad and they find out, the fire marshal say this shit will fucking building will blow up or catch on fire and these people are at harm, this shit got to be shut down. It's unfit for you, that kind of shit. Same thing with like crumbling grounds of a building. If a building's grounds, you know, the surface of it, when you're first building a building or a house, the foundation is crumbling and crackling, and it's noted by the building inspector, yo, this house is gonna fucking cave in. The foundation is fucked up. These people, that kind of shit. Yeah. That's what we do. We ain't got nothing to do with the goddamn internet.
Now, Sister Betty, I ain't gonna make you waste too much time on trying to explain whether or not you're an agent or not. You know what I'm saying? That's neither.
And whoever said that
listen,
Shay, fuck you. I ain't no fucking agent. I work. I deal with my people. Bitch, you don't know me. You just hating on me. You one of them sisters out there that fucking hate. that fucking hate. I'm a bitch. I get paid. A bitch get paid. I got to take care of myself. And see, it's black bitches like y'all that I can't fuck with because y'all hate on me instead of learning from me.
Okay.
And you result to calling me an agent and you don't even fucking know me. Bitch, it's because you want to be me. Guess what? You can't be me because you too fucking stupid. You should be saluting me, Trick. But anyway, bro,
Sister
Sanchez,
Betty.
let's go. I ain't got time for this shit.
Now, Sister Betty, the cordial way to go about it is like this. Just like bro say, I mean, shit, unless somebody come up with some proofs and receipts that you're an agent, they can get up here and step up here and prove it. But if not, shit, stay your ass in the chat.
Exactly.
It really ain't that much shit, because if you know the truth,
agent.
it don't move you.
My job don't even get to that level of what they're fucking talking about.
I got to do something that's very important. I can't let the trolls win because the show is all humans were created at the same time, at the same place, according to the ancients. I got to get back there. Otherwise, I'm letting the trolls take control over my topic and narrative, and I don't like to do that. So we're gonna get off Sister Beth because that's neither here nor there, and we're gonna get back to the topic at hand and back on track. Sister Beth, are you ready to speak to that?
Yes, I am. And bro, Sanchez, I'm sorry, but sometimes I just gotta address the bullshit, man, because it's crazy. But anyway, the part about the creation, and you know that I am not an ancient history person, but the part about all of us being created at one time, I just have difficulty with the belief of that, is because it's like in every continent on this earth, it's predominantly and always have been melanated people. So with that being said, and maybe you can help me out with this.
Yeah, I got
if
you.
The earth is, if we were created all at the same time, and every continent, it seems to be, just based on history, that there is melanated people and in every continent.
Let me interject. Because
okay.
I'll be brief. I'm gonna have a dialogue with you, man. You're gonna bounce it back and forth without the clock. Not unless you want me to throw the clock. I think, man, you can have a little dialogue. I'm gonna be brief though. When you say every continent has colored people, every continent has non-colored people or lighter skin tones as well, to my understanding. And I've been to several. And every continent, there's shades of light skin to dark skin, showing nature then dotted all I's and crossed all T's, that she was sure to put diversity in its total state on each of the lands. What you think about that? I'm going to fall back.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, yes, and that's because when I say melanated, it ranges from the darker to the lighter. So, like, I'm a shade of brown. You're a different shade of brown. You might be, I don't know, I can't really tell because you're on screen if you're lighter than me or maybe the same complexion as me. But, okay, King Norfolk looks to be lighter than me, darker than me. Me, myself, seems to be a tidbit lighter than what I am. So ranging from dark to light on every part. So my only concern is, and maybe you could help me out, if that's the case, why is it that white people can only produce themselves? That we can produce all these different colors as a people, melanated people.
Let me answer you.
And how come white people can only create when they're together, they can't create multiple colors? But go ahead.
Let me answer you. White people can produce the same different human that blacks can produce, and that's called an albino. Outside of the albino, there's no other race that black people can produce. Black people is not giving birth to Bruce Lees. Black people are not giving birth to goddamn. Let's go down the line, man. We ain't giving birth to Nigerians, pygmy. Are we saying? See what I'm saying? Black people are not giving birth to Irishmen. We're only giving birth to a black albino. That's it. Nothing else. We're not giving birth to a Taiwanese, a Japanese. A black woman ain't never gave birth to nothing like that. A black woman only gave birth to a black man, and that's it. She only gave birth to that black man when he was white, when he was an albino. But if you grew up where I'm from, they still say you was a black man. So the black albino in my hood was still a black man. Yeah, he had white skin, he had red hair, but all of his features was black as hell. Big nose, big lips, everything looked just like everything else. He just had this little albinism. We still call that a black man. So in that definition, a black woman ain't never gave birth to no white man. She only gave birth to a black albino. But guess what? White people can give birth to white albinos. Chinese people can give birth to Chinese albinos. Hawaiians can give birth to Hawaiian albinos. Japanese can give birth to Japanese albinos. Every different quote unquote race can create its own albino. And that's it. It can't create that other race though. A white person can't give birth to Tiffany, and Tiffany can't give birth to Billy. But Billy can give birth to a white albino man, and Tiffany can give birth to a black albino man, and outside of that, they can't give birth to nothing else. That's it. That's it. And that's what we see today with our two eyes. That's non-debatable.
I have seen melanated people give birth to babies that appear to be white, lighter. I've seen two dark people make a very light-skinned baby. I've never seen a white person give birth to any dark babies. Now, when we say in white, I'm including the Asians too, because they're all from that same landmass. They're all, Asians can't even give birth to melanated babies. They don't have babies, and their babies come out with melanated skin, even if it's a very light shade of being melanated.
Sister Betty,
I've never seen.
Baby,
I've never seen.
We can't do that tonight.
I've never seen. I've never seen white people have any other baby other than babies that come out with their skin tone. We're the only race of people where I've seen multiple, from the very, very darkest to the very, very lightest. We can make multiple colors of babies. But Asians, when you're talking about white Europeans, I'm saying Chinese, I'm saying Dutch, white, all the white races. They can only make one race. I'm asking, why is that? And yes, they can make albinos. But help me out here. Why can't they make?
Let me do it.
Okay.
Your understanding that you just laid down is a tragic of understanding, with all due respect, Sister Betty, because you mentioned that black people can make light-skinned black people. Yes, of course we can. We just can't give birth to Asians, whites, Polynesians. We can't give birth to other cultures. Unless you telling me that a light-skinned black man is a whole different other culture, you on. But I never saw a black woman give birth to a Justin Timberlake. Like I said, she's only gonna give birth to a black albino man or just another black man. And if that light-skinned black man ain't a black man to you, then something wrong with us. If what I'm saying true, is non-debatable. Like I said earlier.
But Brother Sanchez, I've seen black women.
Hold on.
Oh.
Okay, no, you can interject. It's cool. You can interject. Yeah.
I've seen literally melanated couples give birth to babies that are the same complexion as Justin Timberlake. We're talking about complexion. We're not talking about hair.
We're not talking about complexion. Hair. We're not talking about complexion.
Oh, what are you talking about?
We're talking about features, because check this out. Wow. Let me hit the button.
Stupid.
I gotta hit the button on you for that one if you didn't know that. Let me explain a debate for you now. What makes a black man ain't just no damn complexion. And if you saying that, that's dangerous. That's dangerous to let anybody of of a dark complexion say that they black. You know that's dangerous. What make you a black man, Aboriginal, FBA, ADOS is these features I got. It's so many races with this same skin tone I got. It's so many, but it ain't got the features I got though. It's over 10,000 to 100,000 other different races right now that I can show you where the dudes got this exact same skin tone I got, but they ain't me. They ain't the race I am. So for you to make it like that now and generalize and throw it all in a bucket now is almost getting desperate, like to just I mean, it's like, yo, I understand that you may be learning something new right now and that it's, like I said, non-debatable, but it's kind of looking real crazy at this point.
It's not, because I wanted to share screen and show you my son-in-law who looks Asian. I got you. He's your complexion.
I got you. Right after I share screen. You said Asians only make light skin or yellow people. This is why I said black folks need to travel more.
I said white ones, the light Asians.
Hold on, sister. What makes up the bulk of Asians ain't the white ones, though. Is the Asians are yellow people in general.
That's where I'm confused at, because I thought you were talking about skin tone, complexion. I didn't know you were talking about anything else. I thought we were talking about skin color.
We're not just talking about skin color, though. We're talking about people. And what makes a people is more than a skin color. Why are we playing like that right now? Why are you doing that?
I'm not playing with you, Brother Sanchez. I'm being real serious.
I'm just saying, I thought if we dealing with humans and people, what distinguishes a person is way more than just a skin tone, Sister Betty. You know that. Okay. You know we got to sit here and be way more intellectual than that now, sister. You know that.
All right. Well, I'll sit back and listen, and then I would like to do a share screen of my son-in-law.
Yeah, and I'm just going to wrap it up with this. Like I was saying, y'all, you will find all different shades and skin tones across all different races and creeds of people, and this is just a fact that's non-disputable. Only people disputed is those in a box. I've traveled the world in my life. I've had a culture shock. Probably the one Malcolm X had when he went to fucking the Middle East. But the combinations that exist out there on this earth, man, are endless, man. I done saw people that's mixed with everything. So many variations. And I know we didn't just start doing this. But you know what? I'm going to stop. I just wanted to show you that the brown skin exists in all cultures. Therefore, you just can't say because your skin brown that we particularly all the same. What makes us all the same is the fact that we're human, if you ask me. And that
but Brother Sanchez, did you not hear me say?
But look, I'm not even debating.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not debating you on that. I'm just speaking in general, so you can start.
But
your,
didn't I earlier
share.
say that melanated people were on every continent? I did say that. I thought I was clear with that.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though. I'm not dealing with melanin. Melanin is your theory of why that Asian woman got brown skin. But the theory of melanin is non-applicable once I start dealing with the tree at the roots, which is what I was doing earlier with human origins right here, electromagnetism. And I don't want that part to go over people's head. So I did a whole hour lecture on what the ancestors was teaching. I'm not here to go in circles about melanin and fake theories like melanin. I got a question in the chat room. Did the ancients teach that all things originate from the same point at the same time? And if we saying that these different kind of races of people didn't originate at that point, then we can't put all right there. We got to say that some things originated at the same point at the same time, and the other things came later. But listen, hey, Mr. Interject Man, don't do that. Be patient. So, Sister Betty, the moment we say some things, we ain't saying what the ancestors said no more, because they said all things, and they capped it off by saying, and ain't none you can do new under the sun. So we can't mix, we can only remix. And I want people to talk to me tonight from a cosmic origins perspective. I said earlier, if a person can't do that, they wasting my time. This is an advanced following I have over here. Go ahead, and we can start the debate clock too. We'll do 3 minutes apiece. Or what you want to do?
Well, then
guys,
it's not no debate for me, because I had a misunderstanding of what you wanted, and I thought that we were talking about people being created all at the same time. And my question was, if that's the case, that was all. So maybe I just have a total misunderstanding.
No, this is what it is. People being created at the same time, at the same place as well. And you can deal with, if you want to tackle that, take your time and do your screen share.
Well, no, you answered my question. You know, I'm learning. I'm not here to debate. You know, I'm not your fucking enemy, bro. I'm learning from you. And I tell you that all the time.
You're not my enemy.
It's just that, you know, when people have logical questions to ask you, you should be able to,
I go
want to
respond. Hell yeah.
But
I do a good job.
Even in what you're saying, I still don't have enough information from you to make me believe that everybody was created all at the same time. I'm having a hard time with that.
Yeah, and
I'm struggling with it.
And my thing is, if you came here to learn tonight, show me what
and your audience is off the fucking chain.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. And Sister Betty, how old are you, Sister Betty? Come on now.
55, but they got to know. It's like when you ask somebody a question,
but Sister Betty,
you can't get mad when somebody asks you a question.
Sister Betty, here's what you got to do, Sister Betty. Whenever you join a stream, you got to ignore the chat. I learned that. I've been on so many debates. Especially when I go on Sarnetta. When I go on Sarnetta, I know if I look at the chat, I'ma lose. Everybody joking on me here, dumb flat earther. Sanchez is an agent. Sanchez is stupid, believing in flat. If I'm listening at all that when I'm up there trying to have a call with Sarnetta, I'm gonna actually look stupid, because all that in my mind when I need to be focused on my teachings. And I'm not going to shine if I'm letting that get to me when I need to be teaching. So even when I'm on the Killer Pre-Show, his chat room don't fuck with me neither. Here come the pseudoscientists. Here come this nigga. Oh, they're very cruel. I learned, Sister Betty, I'm going to ignore the chat when it's time to come with the business. When it's time for you to come on a panel and a conference call with a host and think tank like this, ignore the chat, especially if the host ignoring the chat. That's the host saying, I don't want my chat to steer my stream. You know what I'm saying? And if someone's on here letting them do that, then we just can't have it. So focus for me, ignore them, and let's see what is it that's boggling your mind about all things in creation being created at the same time, at the same place.
Okay. So what is confusing me is if, like I said, if all the continents were melanated people, I'm still just not seeing.
I got a question for you. Who said all the continents were melanated people? Who said that?
Because when you look back in history, that's all it seems to be.
And have you ever heard of Her Story versus History by Brother Sanchez, Sister Betty?
I did.
Let me break that down to you, even though you heard of it. A lot of people don't understand how deep it is. You say you lack understanding. I'm going to help you understand. Her Story to His Story encourages black people to need to get up off of the history addiction and to go to her story, our story. You see, because there's an account of what was happening on this earth that predate all historical accounts, and people who's dealing with history ain't dealing with the ancestors. I talked about that earlier. I said people would show up and do this. I said, guys, people are going to show up and they're going to be either baffled or try to debate me because they're trying to figure out what the ancients said without listening to what the ancients said. They listening to what he said. Who is he? The man who wrote history, his story, not the ancient story, not your ancestor story. Documents written by a man who hung your ancestors, which is what the problem I had with your Benjamin Franklin reference. One thing we got to start learn to do as people is understand that history ain't everything it is. Fuck history. Everybody's so impressed with history, not me. History is false. History, if you ask Dane Calloway, he'll even tell you history told to your ass in reverse. So that's why I deal with prehistory, because it's simple, it's symbolic, and the ancestors are able to speak for themselves, not through the eyes of some historian. And when the Egyptians and all them came with papyrus telling us the deception, I go back to when these people was telling us how they felt in antiquity. And antique is where we get the word ancestor and all that from. So I told you, people weren't going to come up here today giving y'all antique sources. They're going to come up trying to understand an antique people with modern writings. How do you do that? How?
Okay, so since you just stated, and I'm glad you stated this, there's nothing new under the sun, right? Right? Am I right to say that? Okay. So the only way I can actually prove that those beautiful Asian ladies that are melanated that you showed is through the fucking process. And that process is somebody was a darkie for them to come, because when you have sex with a melanated person, you're coming out of the womb with that melanated skin. That's the only way I know. Well, okay, so I haven't seen, but I wasn't finished responding. The only way that I know that hasn't changed from under the sun is when a melanated person sleeps with a person of non-melanated skin, and the baby comes out with that pretty melanated skin, is if they slept with a melanated person.
Okay.
That's the only way.
Gotcha.
So I don't know now. I don't know if I'm wrong about that.
I'm finna help you see how you just contradicted yourself. Sister Betty was just about to show pictures of she just explained to me that black people
share screen.
Hold on, wait. I'm not done now. Sister Betty just explained to me that the black woman can give birth to a Justin Timberlake skin tone white boy and is not an albino. Now she's saying that this melanated woman can only give birth to the pretty melanated skin. See, she's agreeing with me that every race can give birth to every skin tone, but she's not agreeing with me by saying only the black woman can do it. She agreed with me by saying that the Asian woman with brown skin is no, she didn't agree with me on that. She actually didn't. But the Asian woman with brown skin that you see in that picture, she did your parents don't necessarily have to be dark skin and all this skin color stuff she's saying. There's groups of Asian people that only come in brown skins, like the Cambodians, like the Bushmen of Africa, right? So there are groups of Asian people in Asia that only come in brown skin. And you got some that only come yellow, some that only come white. Guess what? You got that in every culture. Everywhere you go in the world, just like I was saying, you see the people on that continent got all the skin tones. Even the Eskimos come from white to dark skin. I can show you Eskimos ranging these things. And that's the beauty, like nature put all of these variations on every continent. Just like on every continent, you can find a different color flower. And that continent won't be missing a color. You will find a purple one, a red one, and boom, boom, boom. So nature dotted her I's and crossed her T's, the law of probability, the code of infinity, that we can't do nothing new. So even if Sister Betty say that there are Asian people that are a result of mixing, then we just remixing, like I said earlier, because we can't do nothing new. That mean that the black man existed, the white man existed, and the mixed man existed. And so when the black man dated with the white woman, he didn't create nothing new with the mixed man, because the mixed man existed in the beginning. Like I said at the beginning of my lecture, if you got a blue rose and a red rose that's making a purple rose, that blue and red rose ain't making nothing new. Because when nature created roses, she created the blue one, red one, and the mixed one, which is the purple one. She created the red one, the white one, and the pink one, which is the mix. She already mixed it for you before you can do it. She beat you to it. So the only thing you can do is remix it, because ain't nothing new under the sun. Now, that's so simple to understand. Drop a 1 if you got that. Even if you don't agree with it, if you understand that shit, drop a 1.
I think you misinterpret me, Brother Sanchez. I do. You misinterpret.
No. Here's what's going on, Sister Beth, and I'll end with this. I'm not misinterpreting you, because I'm not interpreting you. I'm teaching you, because you said you didn't understand, and I'm trying to make you understand. So what's your next question? If you didn't understand that, show me what I need to do to make you understand in my next teaching. No, it's not that.
What I don't understand, and I still don't understand it, no matter what you just said.
It's okay. Let me know. Listen, I'm a passionate teacher. Show me what you don't understand and let me go to teaching. That's what I am saying
is the only way they got that color is being with us. They came from us. Is what I'm saying.
Hold on. Time out, Sister Betty.
I just don't believe it.
This is not a debate. Sister Betty don't understand what I teach, and I'm trying to make her understand.
You don't let me finish, Brother Sanchez.
Listen, don't do that, Sister Betty. I'm telling them to let you finish, because we just had somebody else cut in. I'm telling Young Q and everybody else, let you go ahead and finish. And don't play the I don't let you finish game. You know what I'm going to do now? Starting now, we go on with the clock. You got it, Sister Betty. We putting the clock on you first. That way we don't get the let me finish excuse. Because I was stopping them so you can finish. But go ahead, Sister Betty.
Okay, what I'm saying is that the only way that because the earth was melanated, and I don't believe that we were all created at the same time. And there's nothing that you taught me today that gives rise or makes me believe that we were all created at the same time. And the only way that I even see today that a person gets their melanation is from the dominant color.
All right.
That's
all right. Thank you for that.
And not only that, okay.
Okay, I thought you were done because you said you were trying to learn and understand, but I'll even reset your clock. Can you let me know something real quick so I can be clear going forward? Are you looking for the 2-minute back and forth debate clock, or you just want me to teach you something you don't understand about my teachings? Because I got a set format for the night.
Whichever way is more comfortable and convenient for you.
No, it ain't about my convenience. I'm in my house. I want you to be comfortable in my house. It's about your convenience. Do I gotta let the seat back? You want a blanket, pillow? I'm catering to you because I don't want people to feel like, it's some kind of way. My show was simple tonight. And if people come into debate, and I said this before the calls, I said it's going to be one-on-one debates, timed and moderated with a clock. The only way around that is if somebody need me to teach them something. If they don't understand something I taught, well, that ain't a debate. That's just a person who need me to break it down for them. So I was just trying to specify which one,
Okay. Why don't I do this? I'll just let you teach me. I already stated what I had concerns with. And that is, and I'll say it again, and then I'll just let you teach me. How about that? I'll state what I'm having trouble with believing, and then you can teach me. How about that?
You know what? I'm going to turn the clock off, tell us what you got trouble with, and then I'll teach you. That's fair enough. I fucks with that.
Okay. So what I'm having trouble with, and I've been struggling with, is that we were all created at the same time. And all my life, I've always known that the darker color is the dominant color. So that being said, if the earth was fully populated with the predominant color, okay, then anything that's light either comes from us, because we don't get we go from you don't go from white to dark. From my understanding, you go from dark to light. Now, that being said, if the whole earth was populated with a dominant color, how is it that white people cannot produce many colors like the dominant color can? That's what I'm trying to learn. Why is it? That's where I have the confusion. And then you talked about features. My son-in-law has Asian features. You said we couldn't make other features. Whereas some people look like...
I didn't say that.
Okay,
but I'm waiting on you to... You said you was going to break down what you didn't understand, so I can...
Okay, this is what I don't understand. My son-in-law, he is your complexion. And his mother and father is your complexion. But he came out with Asian features. And I wanted to do a share screen and show you.
Okay. It proves nothing, though. I mean, I want to... You proving my point with that, though, Sister Betty.
Oh, okay. All
now,
right.
Can I get into my teachings and screen share?
Yeah,
I know that there's black people with Asian features. I show them all the time in Angkor Wat. The Cambodians, the Bushmen over there in Africa, blacks with Asian features. This is nothing
I'm ready
new.
to learn.
I'm ready to teach. And at this point, since you say you're ready to learn, I'm muting everybody up and I'm going to go into it. You mentioned something about dark and light and white and black, but that does not encompass human skin colors. I never saw a black human skin tone or a white one. And darkness and light are forces. All the colors in nature create black, and all the colors of light create white. That is just a fact, big old fact, that if you take all the colors in the crayon box, if you take all the colors on earth in the physical realm and put them together, you get black. But with light, you don't get black. You take a bunch of different colors of light and put all the different colors of light together, you get white light. That's important to talk about because we're comparing human skin tones to darkness and light, to white and black. You see what I'm saying? That's where we're wrong at. And when we talk about features, you see all features encompass all skin tones, and all skin tones encompass all features. Showing me the black boy with the Asian features just backs me up. Guess what it proved? Nature created diversity already. Because we got black people with Asian features in America, and we got them on every continent. You can find a black person with Asian features. And guess what? You can find each of these variations damn near on every continent. They've been there since the beginning of time. On every continent, you can find that albino black dude, that albino white man, that Blasian dude. And on every continent, you can see this diversity. So just to teach Sister Betty what's going on here tonight, right? This ain't a belief. This is a universal law that diversity has always existed with creation. And if diversity didn't exist always with creation, that breaks every law in the universe, the law of probability, infinity, and so much more. Like I said, people have this mind-baffled experience when it comes to humans, but not flowers. You're saying nature created black flowers and all the red and yellow ones and all of them had to evolve from the black ones. I'm saying nature just created all color flowers. And then all them color flowers start fucking each other and creating all color flowers. It's a fractal continuum. We just repeating what she did already, remixing it. You ain't mixed nothing. Any human thinking that they made a new type of human on this earth, I got to hit the laugh button for your egotistical dumb ass. Who do you think you are? Like, you think you're creating new motherfuckers now? You ain't done nothing but remix humans. Ain't no two humans on this earth can come together, I don't care what combination, and make a kind of human that don't already exist. You just not gonna outdo nature. It's just a law. I didn't make it. I'm bound to it, just like everything else in creation. And I'm just a witness of this law. And because this is a law, I don't argue with it. I don't argue with it. It's a natural law. And the ancestors acknowledged that law.